So these are the three main shaders we're going to go over. The background shader is just a basic flat emissive, and the opal shader, we're going to go over how to adjust parameters there, and the glass shader. You can do, like we did with the opal shader, you can go to the content examples project and pull in other shaders you think would be interesting, but I'm just going to cover how to do that with the opal shader. All right, so first up, we're going to select this substrate shader ball opal, and we're going to make an instance, create material instance. And we're gonna do underscore then down opal. Okay. So take this, select it, and then go to just select all of these and scroll down to material display to material elements. And when you hit this area, it says use selected asset from content browser. Yep, we're just gonna slap this material on all of these guys. Okay. So you'll notice that that opal material has been applied to all of the different pieces. You can kind of start to see the effect that we're going for happening there. I'm going to show you a secret now. You may or may not already know this, but our eyeballs have two different kinds of cones in them. One is used for value and the other is used for actual color. And it is a well-known trick inside of watercolor that if you get the values right, you can pretty much use whatever color you want. So what I just did is I went into the post-process volume and I searched for saturation. And in the color grading section, you're gonna see global, saturation, check that, and reduce the saturation all the way to 0. And what that's gonna do is that's going to temporarily give us the ability to focus just on the values of our scene. And the values is just how light and dark things are. And usually, if you can get the values correct, your stuff is going to look good. There's always exceptions to the rule, but if we turn that up while we're adjusting for the values, it will let us really get our composition right before we start really polishing things like color. In a digital workflow, color is a last step, whereas in more classical mediums like painting, you had to juggle all of those things at once. In digital, it allows us to just focus on one level at a time. So you don't have to. I would recommend turning that all the way down to 0 so that we can just focus on the values of the scene. All right, so I noticed that the background shader that I'm using, the MIBG, is going to a parent material called M Procedural Sky Master 2, which is pretty complicated. If we open it, there's, it's doing some stuff. It's actually doing more than we need. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just make a very basic material to show you. BG. No, that's too close to the other one. You got to be really clean with your names. Material, flat color. Okay, I'm gonna open that. What I'm gonna do is do a vector. So what I did is I just held down the 3 key and clicked, and that'll make it so you can lay down a vector. We're going to convert that to a parameter. We're going to do base color, and we're going to do 3 of these. We're going to parameterize, and I just held down the 1 number key and let me lay down a integer, which is just a number. So we're going to do roughness. We're going to do metallic, and I think that may be it actually, because metallic and roughness are kind of all we need. I'm going to set this as a value of 0.5. It's just halfway between extremes, and I'm going to apply that. And now we're going to go to, so the M matte color floor, we're going to create a baby, and I'm just going to call this floor. And I'm going to select the floor, and I'm going to apply it. It's going to be black. And we're going to open up that baby and start to adjust the thing. And you'll notice that we can adjust the roughness. It's not actually changing the color. You'll notice here, it's changing the reflectivity. Okay. So if we actually wanted to change the color, we got to go to the base color and change that. But we're kind of adjusting for value right now. So I kind of want the way that the example that I showed you at the beginning of this tutorial series is it's a darker background that has a whiter or clearer mandala on it. So that's where we go to MI Mandala Opal. We open it up, and this is black, traditionally. The the stock shader is black as Epic gives it to us. But if we go to the global vector parameter values and we increase them, we can really get a whiter thing. And let's see here. Emissive intensity in the light. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So as you'll notice, you can just look at this right here. You kind of want to just look at this to get an idea of what this shader is going to look like. And the things that are really going to make this pop are the emissive light intensity, making sure that the colors are correct. And, well, for now it's just values, but we'll get to colors in a minute. But yeah, you can go through all of these. Tile is another one, and tile size. That's what's really gonna... The tile size and the tile are really what's gonna make this look like diamond or something like holy. So it looks like that. And we'll go in and we'll adjust the colors after. But this is kind of... And as you can see, the values are really more popping now than they were before. And we can adjust shadows. Probably not. Probably want to keep that. There, we can look at the normal intensity. And really just go through and adjust these. Specular intensity. It's really... What I found as I was messing with these is it's really the tile and the tile fall off that do... Or sorry, the tile and the emissive light that do the most. A fake spec light. Let's turn that... Oh, yeah. So yeah, just go ahead and play with these until you get something. And you can look at this, and this is a nice preview of what we can expect. And then if you want to see just a glimpse of what this is going to look like in color, go to the post-process volume, type in saturation, and just turn that up to where it was at 1. And you can see what this is going to look like. We've got it white. It's looking holy. And we'll continue to adjust that more. And you can actually kind of see that this glass actually looks more like glass now. It has more to reflect. But yeah, that is more the effect that we are going for. And yeah, it's coming along. So after messing around with some settings for a little bit, this is kind of what I've rested at. For now, I just changed emissive intensity light, a fake spec power light, tile and tile size, and I changed the color from black to white. So those are what I'm using to get the result you're seeing right now. Okay, I have decided I'm going to do a quick color pass for you, just so you guys can kind of get the trial and error process that I went through. So I've pretty much, this procedural master, I've taken out. It's too complicated for what we're using. And I'm just doing this flat color _ floor. This should actually not say floor, because this is just a flat color, and then this is going to be MI floor. I'm going to apply that to the floor and this background, and then let's do, there it is. Okay, so as we change colors, it's important to come over here to the skylight and recapture. Otherwise, it's not going to be the full thing. It's a little too saturated for my liking, so I'm going to desaturate it right there. Recapture. Okay. That's pretty good. I like that. Also, try without the floor, just to see. Let's make that a little darker. Okay, and let's go to the skylight, recapture. So, yeah. That's pretty good. I would just desaturate it a little more. Let me go a little more desaturated. And I think that's really going to make the color and the front stuff sing a lot better. Recapture that. A little too saturated. But see, this is why this is a perfect example of why you don't fidget with stuff too much, because you're gonna get stuck fidgeting with stuff that you're probably gonna change later. So I think that is a good, decent first color pass. I'm going to call that good. We've got a monochromatic purple with splashes of complementary color scheme going on here. So we're going to call that good. I'm not going to stop myself from fidgeting with this too much, and I am going to reduce the saturation. And you'll note that this still holds up. It still holds up without color, and that's telling. Also, there was a directional light in here. I took it out, so we're just dealing with a flat background color. And yeah, that's how we're going to keep that for now. Okay, next we're going to do glass.